welcome everyone to tonight's edition of the Lion Nation podcast. I'm here with Coach Chris Price. Coach, it's trunk or treat night here. It started about 6 o'clock and it goes on until what time?
Till 8 o'clock.
Till 8 o'clock. As you can see there on the stream, if you've tuned in, there's all kinds of commotion, costumes, and candy going on out here. And it's an annual tradition here at Leander High School. Coach, you've been here enough years to know a little bit about trunk or treat. Can you give us the rundown real quick?
Yeah, sure. It's been going on my entire time here, minus the COVID year. But what I will tell you, it's a great community event that brings out kids from all over our community. In terms of participation, we have lots of groups that participate. Most of our high school groups are doing something here, but we also get some middle school groups here. We actually have a community outreach program that's here feeding our kids tonight, the football kids tonight, which is pretty cool. The cheerleaders have put together a haunted house, and we started doing this podcast on this night, trunk or treat night, a couple years ago, and I think it's always really cool to just be out here and see it live and talk about it, and have a lot of time together.
Well, I think it's real important to make a connection in the community.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone that attends Leander High School, they have that connection. But then there's an extended community, a lot of youngsters who may be going to Leander High School. I'm noticing a few of them running around in their football pads. Looks like they came back from their youth practices. Is there a lot of recruiting that goes on at these events?
Yeah, you know what? There's a truck of kids over there that with Coach West over at RBMS that I had a chance to talk to earlier as they were getting started. They're all really excited, really cool kids. We're excited for all of the kids that are out here tonight to potentially become Lions. So it is not necessarily recruiting, but it is an opportunity to connect with them and watch them have a little bit of fun tonight.
And they get to see the older kids running around doing this as well.
Sure,
It's,
absolutely.
it's fun to see them. I know we used to come here back in middle school. And of course, now all of our kids are gone, but we've been here for years, and it's always been a great tradition.
Yeah, it really is one of the coolest things that happens at Leander High School every year.
Now, Coach, running a program like you're doing here at Leander, you got to appear at events like this. But as good of an administrator as you are, it's not something you can do alone, right, Coach? And we've got a special guest that we're going to bring on. We're going to let you go enjoy your hot dogs and your players, and
Sure.
maybe recruit some future Lions. But we're going to talk to Lisa. It's Ortiz still, right? Or did she already get married?
I say both all. I'm Ortiz and Morris, and then we'll figure it out after
There we
that.
go. Well, we'll ask her when she comes up.
Yes.
But Lisa's been an integral part of Lions football and other sports, really. But let's talk football since that's the sport we're dealing with now. Tell us a few things about Lisa.
Oh, she's very involved with Leander High School, like you said, involved with multiple sports. And the great thing about her is she cares deeply about the kids here. Obviously she has kids in several programs here, but it's not just about her kids. It's always about the program itself and how can she benefit for all kids and what can she do to help all of them. So she's at football games, she's at basketball games, she's at wrestling matches. She takes pictures of kids, and one of the things that
Senior pictures.
she is ingrained in the community in terms of that stuff. She always works to make sure our kids have anything that she does is for free to our kids. She takes all those awesome pictures and makes sure that they get them for free. And then of course on the administrative side, she's helping us raise funds, and she was a big help in terms of getting the bond passed here at Leander High School, which is going to impact the athletic programs here with locker rooms and workout facilities. So she's got her hands in everything, and she does a great job for us.
Now, she's a bit of a Wonder Woman based on that description, but you don't have to provide that level of support necessarily to volunteer and contribute to the Lion program. We've asked people all season long, if you'd like to come out and help with the broadcast, reach out and do so. And we still look for that. But, there's positions that are going to be available on the Booster Club board next season. There'll be some voting probably sometime before the end of this academic year, right?
Correct. Yes, sir.
And so, for those out there listening that want to contribute, that are looking for a place to plug in the community, this is a great place to do it.
It is, and we have a lot of parents that are actually here tonight helping in different capacities. Some that organized our truck that we're passing out and distributing candy from, or others that organize the food event that's here for our kids tonight. We have parents that do digital stuff, work on our website. We have parents that are involved in a lot of different aspects of the football program. We appreciate them all.
Yeah, and we'll bring Lisa on, Coach. We'll let you go.
All right,
And
awesome.
we'll talk to her for a little bit and embarrass her. Now, Lisa, can you tell us what your full name is now, so that we know for sure?
It's always been Lisa Morris, but everybody
Oh.
knows me by Lisa Ortiz.
Oh, see, I've always been incorrect then.
No, but I go by Ortiz. That's my maiden name, and
Okay.
I answer to it. Yeah.
But that may be changing as well.
Yes.
So
yeah,
when is
April.
that going to happen? In April.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that going to be a local in
At our
Austin event?
No, just at our property.
Wave hi to the camera because you're on film now too. So that's again, parents contributing. So let's talk a little bit. I've known you since before we got involved at Leander High School.
Yep, from
Because
LYFA days.
right from youth football,
Yeah.
LYFA. What drew you to organized youth sports initially, and the contributions that you made with LYFA in those years long ago?
It's funny. I mean, I have two boys. I've been a single mom since they were little kids, and never once did I ever think, one, I had time to volunteer, or two, that I was the type to volunteer. LYFA at the time needed some help, and I think I just jumped in, and that's what started the whole volunteering and football. And my kids have played football since they were 5. Melissa's a big part of
Yep.
why, because she hands them off to me every time
Right.
she leaves the school. I get the school. So yeah, I mean, this started many years ago, and then when I came here in 2018, my son was a freshman, and I was just taking over the middle school. So I was doing the volunteering at the middle school for their athletic department, and then I came in here and started taking pictures. That's how I got involved with high school here.
Yeah, I mean, you've been involved in this for years.
Yeah.
And we've seen people come and go, but some people stay a long period of time. My opinion, because they care.
Yeah.
They want to contribute. They want to do what's best for the kids. And if they didn't, if it was all about their kid, they'd be one and done.
Yeah, no, it's never been about my
Yeah.
kid. I mean, if anybody knows my stories about my kid, I mean, I don't know how many people know my son, his senior year, decided he didn't want to play football the last few games. So, and I'm still here, so, so it's never been about the kids. I think it's people always say, oh, you have that volunteer heart. I don't think I do. I think what I have is someone that wants to make a change. I'm not all about, giving up all my hours for things. I just like making a difference, right? And I saw at the time, there was only 4 people here doing the job of 20. We didn't have much money when we came on. I think we started this booster with like $3,000, and I think the balance that I just saw the other day was like in the 70s. We're very consistent staying up, and I had goals, we wanted to turn the program around for the kids. And Coach Price came in a year after. I think it was a year after my son's
During
freshman year.
COVID.
Yeah, during COVID.
Right
Yeah.
before.
And when he came in, it was just a good opportunity he was behind us and we were behind him, and it was just a good opportunity to make those changes. So Chuck was with us. I mean, we had a few people that, really wanted to make the difference. It was hard. COVID was a rough year because
Mhm.
we were limited on what we could do. So since then, it's really turned around. I think we went from having no booster members. No one even knew what a booster member was at that many years ago to, I think we had 150 booster members. Sponsors, we have 30 something plus sponsors. We have a lot of sponsors this year. You guys read them off,
Yeah.
So yeah, we've done really well. I mean,
It's by far, it's not even close to the numbers we had in
No.
previous years of
no, it's
sponsors.
true booster now, and
Yeah.
it does what it's supposed to do. I mean, I think this. My homework at night was like I would go look at all the boosters and see how did they do this? Where's their money? Where are they getting it from? And at first, there's a couple presidents that we had in the past were like, no, we can't do that. No one's going to do that. But if you don't try and start it, then
And you'd be surprised at what business is willing to do to contribute to a public school program like the football program Basketball's always had a lot of boosters. Baseball
Right.
does a pretty good job at boosters. I remember the first time I was shocked was when I went to a Lake Travis baseball game. We were playing Lake Travis, and there were 40 some odd booster plaques
Yeah.
on their entrance board.
Yep.
And as a football program that year, had 3,
Right.
I think, maybe
Right.
5.
Right.
And so it's shocking. But one of the things that I want to say is you mentioned that people tell you have a volunteer's heart. I just think you want to improve your community,
I do.
and it becomes a labor of love. And Mark and I sometimes we get frustrated when we're doing broadcast after broadcast, but then there are those times that you're like, this is why we do this.
Yep.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah. You couldn't do it when they had a senior night the other night, and
Right.
just I talked to them. That's my favorite night to go to. I like hearing what the boys have to say, and I told them, I don't know any of these kids. At the beginning of the year, I didn't know, but maybe a couple of them. It's just not a year my kids were in. It's I was kind of detached from them, but I learned who they were, and just I'm on the field every Friday night. I've been on the field for 6 years taking pictures, so they are special to me, each of them, and that's why I do it. It has nothing to do with any of the parents, none. It has everything to do with the kids and helping the coaches.
Well, and they deserve the promotion. The
Yeah.
kids,
Yeah.
they do.
They work hard,
And that's what we don't know many of them now since my
Yeah.
kids have gone through, but we get to meet them up here on
Yeah.
these nights.
Yeah.
And they're great kids.
They are, and
great
so
kids.
many have just come up and hugged me and said thank you, and that's why you do it. I mean, there's no gratitude in the other stuff. There really isn't. You have to want to you have to want to make a change,
Yeah.
And there's so many people, that say, oh, I want to help or I want to do anything, but I have to do this or I have a job. You have to make time for it. It's just one of those things where if you want to do it, you're going to do it.
Right.
And-
Everybody wants to contribute a little extra to their community, but you have to take that step.
Yeah.
And the thing to understand, maybe it's different now than it was, in 2012,
Yeah.
2011. It's not about some person controlling the board
No.
and making all the decisions. These are group decisions that are made, and you can see the ghouls walking
Yes,
from the
so-
camera as we're here.
Yeah, I would never be able to. I don't think it would have grown like it has now if I didn't have people like Becky and Brandy and all. I mean, we used to have 4 people that did the job of 20. Well, now we have 20.
Right.
And it's really hard to let go of this. I mean, it is. This is it. This is my last year. But I'm not scared. I mean, I did what I wanted. I wanted to make it better than what it was when I came here. So you want to leave it better than you found
That's
it.
exactly right, and
Yeah.
you've done that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we would like to thank you,
Thank
and we were honored to interview you tonight on the podcast.
Well,
And
Well, before we go ahead and finish. But
I
before
was going to say
we go,
congratulations on your engagement,
Thank you.
and we look forward to celebrating. you.
Yes, thank you.
No,
Thank you.
before we go, I know that you started taking some graduation pictures and
I
some
did.
things a couple of years ago, and my daughter and both of my boys have had them, and they're great.
Yeah.
So let's give you a plug right here. I mean, I know some people are watching, some
Yeah.
people may be doing it. So tell what you do outside of this, taking photos.
So I take photos at the games, obviously. I'm almost all the sports for Leander. I try to get to at least some of the games or events.
Don't,
I
don't
do-
forget all the editing of those pictures.
Yeah, lots of editing. The editing is where the work is. The pictures are the easy part. I do family portraits and senior portraits, and that's where I make my money to buy my toys. So
Where can they find you at?
they can find me. Everybody knows me. They know where to find me.
Okay. You don't want to give a plug?
I'm good.
All right.
Look somewhere on campus, they'll find you.
Find
Probably.
me. Most everybody knows who I am.
So I
do
think
appreciate
Coach is going to bring us some players. I think we're going to get 2 varsity senior players, and then we're
Okay.
going to have
All right, thanks.
the JV players. So, Coach, who's coming up first?
Jacob Bailey, I think I heard him say.
All right, Jacob Bailey, have a seat, sir. Put that on.
How y'all doing tonight?
Doing good,
Good.
Jacob.
That's good.
This
That's
is
good.
Mark. I'm Chuck.
Yeah,
Okay,
I know Mark.
Definitely, yep.
okay, you wanna ask him some questions to start off?
Well,
Since you
tell
know him?
everyone who you are and what position you play.
I'm Jacob Bailey. I'm a senior at Leander. I play weak safety, strong safety, free safety, middle linebacker. I pretty much play everywhere.
wherever they need you.
Yeah, I'm the utility guy.
And depending on the coverage, that
Yeah,
you guys are
Most definitely. I definitely fit more off the run, off zone coverage more. But yeah, depending on the game plan, that's where.
So how long you been playing football? What else are you doing besides football?
To be honest, just looking at colleges right now. But yeah, I mean, just been looking at a lot of colleges, seeing if I can get somewhere with football at maybe the D2 level, maybe NAIA. But beyond football, that's really what I spent my time doing, recovering and seeing what schools I can get into.
Have you been attending camps?
Yeah, I went to camps all summer, and then I've had a couple game day invites to some D2 schools. So
Which schools? Do you mind us asking?
Midwestern State and Angelo State.
Are they the Mustangs now, right?
Yeah.
Midwestern State,
Yes, sir.
Angelo State of the Rams.
Yes, sir.
So they're not Angelo State's not D1.
No, they're close to it. I mean,
They're
I
on
think
the cusp.
they are. Honestly, they're probably just a national championship away from a D2 national championship away from going D1 and being a little FCS, FBS.
Have you visited San Angelo?
Yeah, I went there actually not this weekend we just had, but the weekend before that.
What about Midwest Wichita Falls?
I went there probably about 3 weeks ago.
That's pretty close to Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a long drive.
It's a drive.
It was a
is a
drive.
drive.
Didn't get home till about 1 in the morning.
Lost the camera.
I'll go get it.
So, would you say that you liked, as far as towns are concerned, don't say anything about the program, but which would you prefer, San Angelo or Midwestern?
Based off town,
Off
honestly,
Wichita Falls.
I'd honestly have to say San Angelo. I like the community. It's a small town, but it's everybody knows everybody and everybody's supportive of everybody. So I really feel that's like it's a really nice thing to have because it's very like just everyone's involved, everyone's knows everybody. I mean, it's just nice.
It's also closer
Yeah.
to home, right?
Oh, most definitely.
And it won't get quite as cold there, although some of the nights will probably be cold because you're moving towards the desert there as you
Yeah.
get into San Angelo. But
But
yeah, it's not nearly as cold as Wichita.
no, Wichita Falls, you get snow and stuff, especially in February and all that. So I'm not really big on the cold. I mean, been in Texas majority of my life, so cold is definitely not for me in that aspect. So
Have you been considering collegiate majors, like what your academic
exercise
studies are
science and
gonna be?
physiology. I love football. I love sports. I would love to coach. So that's something I really take a lot of interest in, especially just being a senior. I really find that I'm coaching a lot of the classmen. So it gives me an opportunity to really feel out if I think I'd be good at coaching, and I do think I'd serve a fair chance at helping others with football or any other sport or just lifting. So I feel like that's just something I'd really enjoy as a career.
Well, that's a great career path.
Yeah,
I mean,
I always
that's something. I
encourage
mean,
it.
we, obviously we've been in coaching for the kids and stuff, but obviously it's a different level when you're, coaching for your job at a high school or a college level.
Yeah.
And I give my hats off to all those guys because so much work goes in,
A lot of
so much
hours.
time and hours and travel, and people just don't realize how much it takes.
Yeah.
It's like with Lisa earlier. This is a labor of love to be a coach.
Yeah.
So, and I just want to point out, I started doing these coaches shows and streaming about 2012, 2013. And in 2015, a senior that graduated is now coaching at Glenn High School. So he graduated from here at
Time
Leander.
flies.
Right. It goes by fast. And so, it could be no time that you're out there with a headset on,
I would love it.
Yeah.
I mean-
and it's one way to really, because I'm like you, I love football. And since I graduated my senior year, I've missed playing football. So that's since 1988.
What position did you play?
I was a center.
Center.
So yeah. Well, wasn't very quick by fleet of foot. But it's something that you miss, and as a senior, you seem a little grounded, but a lot of people don't realize that if you don't play beyond high school, that's it. I mean, you can suit up if you want and play with some kids in a field, some friends in a field, but it's not the same.
It's not.
It
I
is
mean,
not.
so much to it. A lot of friendship. A lot the crowd, the tunnel, like everything. Every aspect of Friday Night Lights is just is a lot to take in. It's a great feeling to have. I mean,
Just
I really
preparation
yeah.
alone.
Oh my gosh, I love. I mean, just I'm thinking back on it now and knowing this is my final week. I mean, I'm really trying to make sure I take everything in and not take anything for granted, so I can just enjoy and not live with any regrets.
We'll
So
talk about that last week of high school football. I mean, I know it's a Monday and it'll hit you probably more as the week goes on, but tell us what you're thinking right now.
I mean, honestly, I'm a little scared. I mean, I've lived my whole life football induced, like off season, everything. But now it's just like I have an off season for football just in case college does work out, but it's on my own terms now. And I mean, usually for the last few years, it's just been football with coaches, football off season sprints with coaches and everything. So now it's just on my own, and it makes me a little nervous because it just makes me realize that I'm gonna be out on my own soon. So that's just it's a little scary, but at the same time, it's a little exciting because it's a new chapter in my life.
Yep. Because I know when I told my boys, I said their senior year, it goes by like that. You don't think about it.
It has. I mean,
It's
this senior
last
season's
week.
gone by so fast.
Just attack it like you do when you're the weak side safety and there's no one there to block you and the blitz is called. Straight to the quarterback.
Yes, sir.
Attack it that way. Well, Jacob, we're going to let you go so
Yeah, I
you
appreciate
can
the talk.
enjoy the
It's
festivities.
good seeing
You
you.
too.
We'll see you soon, and good luck on Friday.
Appreciate it.
And, Coach, who do we got next? We got somebody coming up
And
next.
here.
So that I guess that's the camera that times out.
I think that's one we usually use, but yeah, I'll reset both of them.
I'm not sure why it keeps doing that, but yet another reason if you know technology and you want to volunteer, come on out. All right, what's your name, son?
Case.
Case. Let's put the helmet on or the headset on. It's not quite a helmet. So what's your name? Look at the camera and tell everybody what your name is and your class and your position.
I'm Case Schneider, and I'm a quarterback, and I'm a sophomore.
Okay, so you're currently on the junior varsity.
Yes, sir.
You're going to be moving up here the next season. So talk a little bit about the junior varsity team. And I'll just preface it with this. In the past, the Lion program has only really had one JV, but the numbers were real low. But last several years, we've seen an increase in participation. Give us your thoughts on your JV.
Well, we've played a lot of close games. We've lost a few of them and come up short, but we've been improving, especially with players going up. We've been losing players, but we've still been getting better. I've enjoyed it a lot being with my friends, especially because I played since middle school with all of them. Really, it's been really fun. I've enjoyed winning. The games we've won.
Sure.
Stinks to lose, but we've been close. We've been
Never
close.
fun.
Been close. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to play again next year for sure.
So, do you only play offense, or do you spend a little time on defense?
Just offense. They don't let me go in on defense.
They make you wear a different colored jersey and all of that.
I'm not that special. I'm not that special.
Oh,
No,
not
sir.
yet?
No, sir.
Now, do you during the week do you go against the varsity defense?
Yes, sir. We're a scout team offense, so we just play all of the teams that the varsity's going to play. We play their plays for them to get them a good look for the next week.
Well, I'll just talk from my own experience. When I was a sophomore on the JV, the most frightening thing the coaches ever said to me was, "We're scrimmaging the varsity today."
Luckily, they don't let them touch me. I am a little bit special. They won't hit me like that, but no jersey, just
They just know not to hit the quarterback.
Yeah.
Then. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So do you play other sports besides football?
I run track. Yeah.
Okay. What do you do in track?
Hurdles. Yeah, 110. I also did a little pole vault and I jumped, but wasn't too good at those. I was mainly did hurdles.
Nice.
So you don't do the was it the 330, the low hurdles? That's a
No.
tough race
It
right
was
there.
terrible. Thank goodness I got out of that. Yes, sir.
So you got to be kind of tall to run those 110 hurdles.
I'm not, but I rely on form. Do
You
my
got
best.
ups.
Yes, sir.
That
Yes,
helps.
sir.
So, do you play other
Oh,
sports?
really?
I'm in band. I play the trumpet in the band here, so that makes me really busy in the fall. Going to band for like 2 hours after football every day. Really,
Well, talk about that. What do y'all do?
that's the tough.
yeah. Time management. So yeah, I play the trumpet. So basically on Mondays, got football till 5:45, and then band till 7 right after that. So change, go right out. Tuesdays the same, Wednesday same, and then Thursday we have our games the day before varsity. So I miss band that day, but then we perform at games at halftime and we play in the stands, and then we have competitions on the weekends, and this weekend's crazy. It's the last weekend of band, basically. So we're marching in San Antonio Friday, Saturday, and then Monday, Tuesday as well. So I got to go back and forth every day.
Wow.
Now it's really tough as you move into from sub-varsity to varsity level. That's going to get even tougher to manage your time.
Yeah,
Um, how's that going to work? Are you
it's
going
a
to
great question. I'll figure it out. I think I plan to do both still. I enjoy both. Yeah, I really don't know, but I'll see.
Do you plan to pursue the art of playing the trumpet beyond high school? I mean, are you looking to be in the brass section of a ska band or what?
I think I would enjoy it a lot. My family is like crazy music people. They love music. My brother's at UT in the band right now, and I don't know. I never quite enjoyed it like that. I enjoyed football more, but I'm better at band. I'm better at trumpet. So I'll see. I really, honestly, if I could get into college for band and get a scholarship or something, I might do that. But I'm not too sure.
Well, the angle should always be to save your parents some money on tuition and
Sure, they'd
college. If you
appreciate
can
that.
pull that off,
Sure, they'd appreciate it.
yeah, they would. They would.
You
I'm sure.
playing any gigs around here? Anything like that?
No, I'm not that good. Not that good yet. But I'm doing marching and then concert band and trying out for regions soon. So
Are you ranked high in your section? Are you the
I'm
first
all right.
chair? Or
I'm not first chair. We have one dude who's insane. He's like a national champion. That's my good friend. But I'm I'm pretty close after him.
Well, that always helps when you got a friend who's really good, because
Yeah.
then you want to compete with them, right? You
Yeah,
want to
he's a
get
great
better.
mentor too.
Well, there you go.
No, well, so talk about the JV season is over, right?
Yeah, this is our last week.
Last
yeah.
game, right?
Mhm.
So talk about how it went. I mean, from the beginning to the end, a lot of growth, a lot of development, a lot of friendships, I'm sure.
Yeah, so we started off 3-0, big wins against all the teams we played, and then once we hit district, we got in a bad losing streak. It was miserable for 5 games in a row. I think we lost. We lost big and then lost close on some of them. But yeah, it really stinks to lose those close games, especially because we did not put up the points on offense that we needed to help our defense. They played great in all the close games, really. And I was disappointed in myself a little bit. I want to be better. Threw a few picks. Wish I could get back, but just gotta do your best after that. We won this week finally, so that was nice. It's kind of refreshing. Cedar Park, especially too. It's
Yeah.
nice
Always
to
going to be
be
Cedar Park.
Yep.
So, talk about going forward. How do you deal with those past mistakes? You mentioned a couple of interceptions. How are you going to prepare moving forward to try to prevent those situations? What do you look forward to in the football off season?
I mean, I really enjoy throwing the football. I enjoy going out with friends, especially in the cold, which is miserable, but it's also really fun. So last
When
year,
you get hot and sweaty, the
Yeah.
cold is all right.
don't even feel it.
Mm.
Yeah, last year, I mean, I threw a ton just for fun with friends with my brother. He goes and throws with me a lot. The family supports me. They let me do it. My dad will throw in the street with me all the time. So I just practice on everything that I can improve on. I wish I was taller. That'd be nice, but
Hey, you might come back 8 inches taller in the
I'd
fall.
take that. I'd take it for
happens.
sure.
You never
I'd take it
know.
for sure.
You never know. You see, that's the biggest difference we see year in, year out with
Yeah.
the players.
And a lot of times
Just
it's
the development.
between either the sophomore and junior year or junior and senior year. It's incredible how much bigger and more mature players come back that very next year.
Yeah, and some of the smaller ones in middle school end up being the tallest and biggest in
Yeah.
high school.
Yeah.
By the end of the year, just different times for different people. So
Well, I can tell
all
you-
do is work hard.
When I went to college, I was 6'3", and my brother was 6 foot. And when I came back for the first time at Thanksgiving, he was 6'6". So he
crazy.
grew 6 inches in about 3.5 months, 4 months. It was nuts.
I would take that. That'd be real nice.
Yeah.
That'd be real nice.
So you never know. I mean, it could well happen. I mean, you could be a 6'8" starter in a Division I school in a few years. So you just never know. Man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, I just try and improve all the things I can.
And that's exactly
Yep.
what you should do. Pursue improvement in all of the avenues of life. And it sounds like you are. Band, football. Let's talk about school for a minute. What's your favorite academic course?
None of them are too fun. I'm taking advanced classes, so it's a lot of work too. But yeah, I mean, I'm in World History AP right now, which it's interesting. It's a ton of work. You got to read and take notes and take quizzes every other class, but it's really interesting. I like history a lot.
That is
honestly.
by far my favorite
Yeah.
subject.
It's actually entertaining compared to all the others.
Well,
Yeah.
and there's a famous quote, and I'm not sure who said it, but if you don't know history, you're doomed to repeat it. So you have to know it, and you need to study it, and so I commend you on that as well.
Yep.
So.
Well, good luck this Thursday. Well, you all play Thursdays
Yes,
this week,
sir.
right? On Thursday, and then yeah, good luck with band and everything, and enjoy that, and have a great off season. I'm sure we'll see you next year.
Yeah,
Yes,
we're
sir.
looking
Thank you.
forward to it next year. All right.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, nice meeting you.
And do we have one more player, or is that it?
Was not missing my cue this time.
Yeah, that's all right. So just look right into that camera there and
Okay.
and tell them your name and your position.
I'm Ryan James. Strong safety. There we go. I got moved not long ago.
So where'd you get moved from?
I got moved from linebacker. They moved me from there to strong safety, and I've kind of just been playing that the past few games.
And that's due to just depletion of players, right? I mean, there's been a lot of
Yeah.
injuries y'all have dealt with this season.
That, and also, I mean, I wasn't getting a whole bunch of playing time, so I was just kind of going around asking like what I could do to get more playing time, and they moved me there, and I've been playing a bit more since. So
That's a very wise decision because ultimate team player is someone who will do whatever needs to be done for the team. And
Right.
so, yeah, I commend you for that.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So do you play any offense at all?
no, I used to. Let's see. Last year I did a little bit of running back, but in middle school and the first couple years of high school, I played a bit more offense than I do now. I've kind of moved to just completely defense.
I've always enjoyed defense more than offense. I ended up playing offense on the line, and you get to hit guys on the offensive line, but it's the thing about defense is you get to bring the wood. You don't have to accept it.
That's true, but sometimes it's hard to just watch the offense and be like, man, I feel like I could do that better, even though you probably couldn't sometimes, but you feel like that.
Well, you should have that level of confidence in your ability,
Yeah.
right? So
So what do you do outside of
Camera's
football?
off
Oh,
again.
golly. Let me go
yeah,
flip
keeps
it again.
timing out on us.
So tell us what you do outside
Okay.
of football.
So I'm in wrestling and track. I don't run in track, but I do pole vault and long jump. And this year I'm looking to also do shot put.
So
Try out shot put.
what weight class are you in wrestling?
So last year I was 155. The year before that I was like 145. And then about now I think about 170. Probably be about, if I cut a weight a bit, I could probably be about 160,
So
165.
you're
rest of
not
the
going to
season.
be in that welterweight or heavyweight
Oh no,
class?
no, no. Those people are hard to move. I tell you what. But I wouldn't want to be much lighter because they get fast.
Yeah,
real quick.
they're fast and especially if they have experience, those guys they'll crawl all over you.
The
and
ones
just
that have been
twist
doing
into
it since
the
like
pretzel.
elementary school,
Yeah.
you know, like we're born into it. It's a whole different breed.
How long have you wrestled?
I've been wrestling since 8th grade. We actually had the high school coaches come down for a bit and teach the middle schoolers. And then it was COVID, but I still did wrestling during that time. And I've just been doing it since.
Those wrestling meets are all day events.
It's all day, which I mean can be kind of hard with classes, but I mean you're not wrestling the whole time, so you're able to bring your schoolwork. And I mean I've taken a lot of naps.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's mostly what
A lot of naps,
wrestlers do.
and once you weigh in, they have food, so you just eat and eat and eat and eat.
Yeah, I had a couple of my sons go through Coach McLean's
Yeah.
wrestling program, and there's a whole lot of hurry up and wait when
It's-
you go to certain
During the
certain
meets, yeah, it's a whole lot of hurry up and wait.
But the duels are really cool. I love the backyard brawl. That's my
Man, I
favorite.
almost
one.
wore that shirt today too. No, with the light,
Yeah.
just a single light over top of the mat with all the varsity wrestlers. Oh, it's an experience to watch. I didn't get to be in it last year. I'm looking to be in it this year, but I mean Cedar Park has got some good wrestlers, and we lost a couple of really good ones this past year too. So I'm kind of just looking to see where we're going to be at this year in wrestling.
I know we beat them also.
Oh, yeah.
It's back and forth kind of event. It's at their place this year.
Yeah, I don't like their gym. It smells like sawdust. It's hard to breathe.
Yeah, and it's not as cool.
It's
It's
not-
just
it's
it's
not.
cool. So and it's a longer drive. So
Mm.
So talk about this final week here.
So, as a senior, last week's senior night loss was kind of rough, but I'm looking forward to this week. Because I know that all the seniors, they're like, okay, this is the last shot, so they're gonna go as hard as they possibly can. But also, as the last game of the season, I'm pretty sure everyone will be kind of just digging for one more win, especially a district win, which I don't remember the last time we had one
We
before
got
this year.
Yeah, we
It's
got
been a
the
while,
first one
yeah.
in about I would say it's probably been since
I think
2016.
I
or
think it's
so.
2016, 2017 was the last one.
Yeah, I would say it's been about then. So that we've seen the program improve over the last few years,
Yeah.
and it's right on the cusp of really breaking out, I think.
Yeah, so I mean, when I came to Leander, it was kind of newer coaches, and I've really been able to see not only us as players develop through that time, but also the coaches as well. And I feel like next year is going to be great because the way that it works is that the sooner you start on kind of that regimen, the better off you are. And now that I feel like the coaches have kind of settled into a strong regimen, having these younger kids come up, especially like this past year, you've seen like these younger and younger kids on varsity
Right.
performing against these
Doing
high
really
level
well.
kids, doing
Yeah.
really well, and being able to see that kind of just gives a good look of what we're looking forward to through just aging people up. So I'm looking forward to kind of playing out this last game, but then also coming back next year and watching and seeing how they perform on their own.
Well, and if you really think about it, this class, last year's senior class, maybe a couple before, have really been just laying a foundation of success. And the program had dipped enough before Coach Price arrived that it's been a bit of a climb out of that
Right.
hole that it had found itself in. And so it's really important for you guys to come back when you have the opportunity and encourage the players like after you graduate, and so on. And speaking of graduation, what are your plans post high school?
So I'm looking to go to college. Uh,
Got one in mind?
Well, UT or A&M would be great, but I'm kind of looking at possibly UT Dallas,
Mhm.
going and trying to get education for like data security, like information security, because just internet's such a broad place, and being able to protect what you have
Mhm.
online is kind of a big thing for me.
I'm a
So-
privacy professional in my day job, so I understand what you're saying now, not on the technical side, but on the data management side.
Right.
So, um, so UT Dallas, that brought me a memory. We know a former Lion basketball player who's playing, or I don't know if he's still playing there.
Maybe it's last year. Yeah, I think
He
so.
might be a senior
I
there at
know-
UT Dallas.
I know a couple of wrestlers actually that went there last year as well.
How
So
their facilities up there?
I'm actually not sure, but I mean, from what I've seen and heard, that at least the campus itself is just gorgeous.
Yeah.
So I haven't.
It's growing every year. More
Yeah.
and more people and getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah. The only thing is they don't have a football team, So if I want to go root for someone, I gotta just put on the TV, watch the UT Austin game. But
Well, yeah. Why would
there's
you
no
want
harm
to
in
watch
that.
someone other than the Longhorns?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I guess you could go to see SMU or TCU since you'll be in the
TCU maybe.
area. So, well, do you have a particular program that you're going to pursue?
Not in particular. I haven't. I've been trying to figure it out, but
Going to start out in
there's-
general studies and then
yeah, there's so many paths that I'm just trying to figure out which one's the best way to go. Especially with trying to manage money and time and distance and housing and all that. There's a bunch of factors that you have to keep in mind, and trying to balance all of that is kind of just it's a long game.
would you consider playing sports in college if you had the opportunity?
Dude, I would love to play sports in college. I've never been really a very good player, like sports wise. I feel like I'm a really good sideline person.
Right.
I love watching the games. I love cheering for people. But being in the games, I feel like I do good. But if I get the chance to play in college, I definitely want to invest more time into being better at it. So
Well, there's also the intramural scene
Right,
is
right.
also pretty cool in college. I mean, I had a lot
And,
of fun
and very
playing.
competitive too.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
Very competitive.
It
no,
is.
even if I don't get the chance to play in college, I'm definitely gonna miss this team aspect of the sports, even in the individual sports. Overall, you're as a team, and you're cheering each other on. Like in wrestling, every single wrestler is always cheering
Oh,
for
I
every
know.
single wrestler.
It's
So-
super exciting at those meets. Well, and I always encourage players that I interview to try to remain active in either football or wrestling or whatever the
Right.
sport is, because and we talked about it a little earlier with Jacob. You really miss it. I
Mhm.
mean, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss, believe it or not, in August when I smell fresh cut grass, I'm like, two-a-days.
Yeah.
And two-a-days are awful when you're going through them, but you miss it. And it's a lot with the camaraderie. It's the sport itself, and so I encourage you, not necessarily go into coaching if that's a path you choose. Great, but there are needs in referees, there are needs in broadcasting, there are
Right.
needs in administrative, just helping out. Like Lisa, we interviewed her earlier. If you can be active in your community and help other young players be successful, more power to you.
Yeah, I've always thought that if I didn't really make it to where I could play after high school, I've always thought about either trying out different sports that I haven't had exactly have time to do just because I've been so busy with school and the other sports I already have, or possibly going into like club sports
Mhm.
and trying to do club sports just because it's another way to get in the game. So
I hear lacrosse is gaining in a lot of popularity.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar to football,
lacrosse, yeah.
soccer.
Another one I've looked at is possibly trying out hockey, stuff like that.
That's a lot of equipment. In both
It's
those
it's
sports.
not cheap, but it's always fun to watch at the very least.
You ever try golf?
Tried golf, not very good at it.
It takes a lot of practice.
It's a lot of practice.
So Mark's a good golfer.
Sometimes.
Mhm.
Sometimes
Depends on the
not.
day.
Yeah, depends on the day. No, but no. I mean, it looks like you have a great future in front of you. You got wrestling coming up
Yep. Next week.
soon, and so that's going to be starting. You're going to be jumping right in, and before you know it, you'll be walking across the stage. So
Yep.
enjoy these last couple months here. Take the time, you spend it with your friends here, and just spend the time with them.
Right.
And recognize that that's what it is. I mean, as mushy as it sounds, put your arm around that friend at that party or at that event and say, I like you. You're the man or whatever. I
Yeah.
mean, it's important. It'll be something they remember forever. So, I'll be seeing you because I'll be coming to some wrestling meets. We don't necessarily stream them. Coach McLean's never really asked us to, but
I don't know. We'll see.
yeah, if he's willing and he wants to. Part of the problem is it's during the day a lot
Yeah,
of times of a weekday.
And it's long.
Yeah. So
Well, nice meeting you, and hey,
It's a pleasure.
good
meeting y'all
luck
too.
Friday. Good luck
I
Friday.
appreciate
Take
it.
it to them.
go get them.
Will do. Thank you.
And that'll be it for.
Let's thank our food.
Oh yeah. We need to thank the provider of our food, and that is
Community Blessing Outreach.
Community. Okay, that's where I was wondering is that you've kind of put it in. It's a Community Blessing Outreach. It's a nonprofit. We want to thank Lisa Ortiz, Jacob Bailey, and what was his
Becky
name?
Hogan, and which one?
The one we just interviewed. I forgot his name already. Coach, what was his name? What was his name? Ryan James. Ryan James. Okay. We want to thank all of them for coming out. And we want to thank everyone
And
for
Becky Hogan for putting this on.
right. And the Booster Club and everyone who came out to Trunk or Treat. Again, if you want to help out with the broadcast moving forward, we got lots of sports. We have the equipment. Just reach out. For Mark Sickles, I'm Chuck Cracy. Be kind to your neighbor.
Good night.
Good
Trunk or
night.
Treat is getting ready to get going, so come on out and check it out.